Okay, we all know breaking the rules, very easy. We do it all the time. How many of you have actually broken rules? There you go. Right? Who's lying? I can't see. Everybody else is lying. Yeah? If you don't break rules, you're not a human being, guys. But how many of you have bent the rules? Nobody's bent the rules. Oh, only one. Seriously, the origins then broken, bent, splashed, slashed, whatever. No problem. Koi baat. Breaking the rules is fine. Bending is a little difficult. But those who find the balance between this, they are the ones who create history. Everybody knows Richard Branson. He says, and I start with this, you don't want to walk by following rules, you learn by doing and falling over. Well, I'll take a step further before I get into it further. That's me. So I've not written who it is, that's me. So that's how innovation is born. Innovation is born when you don't break rules, but you start bending them for better. And I'll tell you what, the space where I come from is exactly that. Blockchain is a disruption. It didn't break any rules. No. It utilized exactly the scenarios, exacts how it was, how everything is, and then made a niche for itself. And that's go against the rules or ignore the rules. That's what innovation is all about. Blockchain is that one innovation that is a revolution. It disrupted the banking sector. Swift, gone. Nobody can use, you don't need to read Swift codes anymore. Come on. I know a lot of guys are thinking, oh, he's transferring money here to there. That's not the point. The point is, it created a system which challenged a new system, not by breaking the rules, but by bending them. And that's our topic for today anyways. So I'll take it off me. And yeah, first, when I was talking to all the college and they said, I wanted to talk to you about the revolution called blockchain. But along with that, let's talk a little about the problems it brings to us and the security threat it brings to us as well. Everything is not hunky-dory about blockchain. Everybody says, oh wow, blockchain, the next big thing. It is. Let's not discount that. But let's also look at the downside. There is a downside, and that's what we are here to talk about, because downside is where the rules are bent or broken. So I'll take the first one in. Sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone, she says. I'll let this slide be for you to read, but I'll talk about the first biggest threat which we are all going to face. And as I said in the previous slide, the previous one, metaverse. We all talk about the metaverse. Everybody's fascinated about the metaverse. But do we also know that along with metaverse comes a whole series of inherent risks and threats? How many of you have actually seen or been into a metaverse? Right? Anyone? Even my wife is not picking up her hand, so this is very sad. All right, I've been. And I tell you what, it is one of the most dreadful places if you don't know what to do, and very unsecure. I'll tell you an incident. January 25th, 2022. Daler Mehndi. Everybody knows Daler Mehndi? Right? Daler Mehndi bought a piece of land in one of the major metaverses and called it, well, what else? Balle Balle land. Okay? Well, let's enjoy that part. No problem. I haven't been there yet. But anyway, he went there. And on the 26th of Jan, there was a concert. There was a concert in which almost 21 million people registered to see. 21 million is a large number. But during that concert, while he was performing in the metaverse, somebody showed some pornographic material right there. No fun. Why? Because this risk was not covered. Well, he suddenly had to shut it down and even refunded part of the tickets because Well, not a great thing to be. But that was the first. There was another case recently in which somebody posed as somebody else, came into the metaverse. He posed as a very respectable gentleman and came in and started teasing all the girls out there. That is an inherent risk because you don't know in the metaverse whether it is somebody else or somebody else's avatar. How many of you have actually created an avatar for yourselves? I don't see anybody seeing the metaverse out here. Such a lot of youngsters, no metaverse, nothing. Pajit, to see? No? All right, he's the first to big head moving. That's why I said Medical Corner. So, anyway, that's just about the cute thing. Also, because it's a new technology, hackers, ransomware, malware, all of them attack this because they know the technology better than all of us out here. Why should they? We all go to the internet, right? In the next 5 years or 7 years, everybody will be going to the metaverse. Understand the risks. That's it. So somebody breaks the rules. By doing that, we find solutions to bend it and bring it back to normalcy. So now we are working on at least 17 ways of making sure that the right people do the right things in the right place in the metaverse. No more Air India type of stuff. Now, the next one says, let's go against the rules if you must, but never go against your conscience. That is exactly what we talk about. Don't break the rules. Don't go against your conscience. Your conscience will always tell you. How many of you have broken a red light? Red signal. That I see a lot of hands. That is honesty, guys. Also, carelessness. Very bad. Bahut buri baat hai yaar. So go against the rules if you like, but never go against your conscience, even if the rules demand it. Why I have highlighted these words? These words, if you just follow these, your life is going to be a much better place. Your life is going to be easier. All of you guys. He's an inspiration speaker, so fine. And again, I always say, and this is what I say to all my students, all the people whom I interact with, following the rules leaves a completed checklist. It just is a checklist, nothing else. Following your heart achieves a complete you. And that's again, rules are not meant for breaking. They're always there for bending. Let's make it. Lawyers do it, you do it, I do it, we all do it. Why do we not break the rules? Not really required. All right. We'll come to the next part. This brings me to the next part of security. When we say do it with your heart, NFTs, or how many of you guys heard of NFTs? All right, a lot of people there. That's a lot of people. Cool. How many of you own an NFT? Which one? AOW. Okay. Now, do you know that your NFT could have an inherent risk right inside? I can plant it if you like for you. If you don't have it, I don't want to plant it. Don't worry, I'll plant the pots. Right. So NFTs are today one of the biggest security threats to governments. And somebody asked me, how the hell is the government going to be connected with an NFT? Let me give you a very small example. There are hundreds of them. I'm going to give you one. You see this little thing right here, whatever it's called. Right. Logitech. I claim that this Logitech one is, Tom Cruise has spent hours holding this and showing presentations. Okay. Make some big aura and noise around that and put it up for sale on OpenSea or Rarible, wherever. And somebody bids $100 million for it. Frankly, guys, that's nothing but money laundering going on. That's a risk. NFTs are a major risk. Money laundering is one of the biggest threats by NFTs. And when I conclude, I'll tell you what the reasons are. NFTs are no longer CryptoKitties and all everything. That is going to go because of the same risk. So risks are there. Somebody's breaking the rules. So what are we doing? We are bending the same rules, finding the solutions within the problem and creating rules and regulations around NFTs. In fact, the government of India also has taken out a paper on that. That's called bending the rules. When you have to find a solution in people who break the rules, you have to see who's breaking it, then you can bend it. Well, Alison Noel says, She's an author, and she's a very famous author in the space. Rules should always be bent if not broken. It's the only way to have fun. Or I align with her completely. Who aligns with this little beautiful lady? I see very few hands. What has happened? Everybody's got some problem. Everybody's become Thakur of Sholay. What happened? No? Seriously? All right. Alison Noel says this. That's it. You bend the rules. You don't break them. Because if you break rules, it breaks you. It breaks your conscious one day. Don't do that. Here's David Lynch. He's a very famous American filmmaker. He says, we think we understand the rules when we become adults. But what we really experience is narrowing of the imagination. We actually stop having fun. Right? We start playing everything. Oh, I do it this way. And when you make too many rules, you don't live your life. You're living somebody else's life. Do you really want to do that, guys? You want to live somebody else's life throughout the life? Seriously? You got to be a follower, never a leader? I don't think so. I think all of us have got that spark inside us. How many of us have got a spark inside us, guys? Now at least I can see the hand. Now I see lots of hands. I don't see the first two rows having any spark. What happened, sir? Huh? All right, doesn't matter. That's all right, all cool. So, live with your imagination. At least in your imagination, you can bend and break rules, right? We can do that. You don't have to be overt. Right. Now comes crypto security. This is a big pain place. Do you know that last year, from January till December, we had a scam or a problem with the crypto world every month on month. I have a crypto calendar of 12 scams in 12 months. Okay? I didn't distribute it this year to anybody. Okay? Right from Celsius, 3 arrows, and finishing off with FTX. FTX, everybody heard of. Heard or no? It's not some special effect movie, okay? It is a real major effect on the crypto market. Now, these scams happened not because of the technology. It happened because of the people behind the technology. It's the people who bent and broke the rules. And it is the people who suffered also because of that. So now, because in a way, let's put it this way, the FTX which happened in December was the melting pot. Everyone decided now we would need to have regulations. Till now, everybody's bringing all sorts of yarn, but nobody's making regulation, including our government. Our government has been sitting on the bill trying to figure out what is the best mix, but they have not made it. But this year they've decided that they will put regulations in place, and regulations are not breaking the rules, shaping the rules, bending them to make the FTX not going to happen, the Celsius not going to happen, right? That's a very big area of concern. And this gentleman says, each due date greets us with no rules except for the rules we place on it. We make our own rules. We make them in our house, we make them in our workspace, we make them in our college, we make them everywhere. And what do we do to those who break the rules? We punish them, suspend them, expel them, whatever. But do we do anything to those who bend them? Not really. We let them off with a rap on the hand, but that's about all. Right, guys? How many of you have been caught breaking the rules in the college? All are saying yes. All are saying yes. Okay. Don't worry. Same story. All right? Not much different. But before I go, I can go on and talking about all sorts of things. But we have a limited time. And of course, after this is a break, right? Everybody's going for a tea break after this. Right? So I want to make sure that everybody is not sleeping by that time. And here is another care which all of us who are now in the university and college, we're going to go in front into corporates. When we go into the corporate world now, we'll all go at some point of time. The students will go at some point of time. This will be the biggest topic of discussion for the next 5 years. Enterprise safety. Malware. Oh, do you know a malware called Conti? C-O-N-T-I? Anybody heard of it? Do you know something? He's done such a lot of malware. He's created a franchise out of the malware. So now you can actually purchase a Conti franchise and send ransoms from their software. That is the biggest threat. All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Everybody knows for how many days, almost 19 days servers were down. Reason? Malware, right? It's going to be in all our lives because somebody is breaking those rules. Are we going to bend them back? All the students sitting here, all of you, tech or non-tech, doesn't make a difference. This is going to be there. Do you also know there's a Russian mafia which actually has made more money than Bill Gates last year by ransomware? Isn't that nice? He said, well, Bill Gates ko kaam karne do. I'll sit down at home. He's sitting at home selling his franchises. Do you know how many franchises he has? Guess, take a guess. Well, he has more franchises than McDonald's. Conti is a bigger franchise than McDonald's, and everybody thought, oh, McDonald's is a big franchise guy. What is he doing? He's sitting in the dark web, selling his software and making everybody a ransomware specialist. That is risky, and that's where blockchain comes in and bends the rule back for them and finds solutions. I'm not telling you the solution right now. It will take another 1 hour. Not interested, but they are doing it. What I'm saying, break the rules, bend the rules. And to summarize everything, I clearly believe this all my life. I have been a cricketer. I played Ranji Trophy, Santosh Trophy in the 70s and 80s, where half of you were not born during that time. But not only have I played that, I have played by the rules to start off with. So first, it's like a game. It's like my game of cricket, I always say, guys. First, you must learn to play by the rules. And then you must forget the rules and pray right from your heart. That's where you get your solutions. That's where you learn rules are there not for breaking, but you can bend them for better. So let's bend the rules for the better. If you bend, you lift people. You uplift the nation. You uplift yourselves. You uplift your careers. That's it from me. Thank you. Hasta la vista.